Hey, Kels. Hey, how was your day?
Not bad. I kind of had a long day at work though.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Do you want a glass of wine?
You know what? I'd love one. I can only have 2 standard drinks though. I'm trying to stay within Canada's low-risk drinking guidelines.
Okay, what's a standard drink?
Hang on, let me check. So it says here that one standard drink is a 142 milliliter glass of wine with 12% alcohol content.
Okay, but this 750 milliliter bottle of wine says 14%.
I don't really know how to do that math.
Wait, I have a bottle from Australia that has standard drinks on it.
Oh, perfect. Let's see. So this one says it contains 6.2 standard drinks. So I guess that means I could drink about a third of the bottle and still be within Canada's lowest drinking guidelines.
Great.
Perfect, thanks.
My name is Montana Oshawa, and I'd like to talk to you about a study that my colleagues and I conducted at the Centre for Addictions Research of BC. As the title suggests, this project is concerned with alcohol consumers' ability to monitor their alcohol consumption. I think first and foremost, it is important to understand that alcohol is a toxin, and the more alcohol someone drinks, the higher their risk for developing health problems. Because alcohol is a toxin and 78% of the adult Canadian population has consumed alcohol in the past 12 months, Canada's National Alcohol Strategy Advisory Committee developed Canada's low-risk drinking guidelines in response to a need for national consensus on a definition of low-risk alcohol consumption. These guidelines differentiate between males and females by suggesting that in order to minimize long-term health risks, women should drink no more than 10 standard drinks a week, on average 0 to 2 standard drinks a day, and men should drink no more than 15 standard drinks a week, on average 0 to 3 standard drinks a day. These guidelines were created to promote a net zero risk level associated with drinking alcohol. It is projected that if everyone in Canada were to follow these guidelines, that the annual number of alcohol-related deaths would decrease by 4,600. While this is an impressive number, alcohol consumers must be able to understand and apply what a standard drink is in order to follow these guidelines. Unfortunately, many studies listed below have shown that alcohol consumers are very inaccurate at estimating how many standard drinks they have consumed when only provided with the current labels which we use in Canada, percent alcohol by volume labels. Why is it that alcohol consumers are so inaccurate when estimating how much alcohol they have consumed? Well, first, drink sizes vary substantially across home and bar settings. Drink servings can be very large and very small. Further complicating things, the percent alcohol by volume of many alcoholic beverages deviates from the standard 5% for beer, 12% for wine, and 40% for spirits. For example, Bacardi 151 has 75.5% alcohol content, while Kahlua has 20% alcohol content. All of this confusion led researchers to wonder if changing the labels on alcoholic beverages to standard drink labels instead of the current percent alcohol by volume labels would result in more accurate monitoring of alcohol consumption among drinkers. Supporting this hypothesis, a study conducted in Australia found that beer and wine drinkers were much more accurate at estimating and pouring standard drinks when they were provided with standard drink labels compared to percent alcohol by volume labels. Our study hoped to replicate this study in Canada. We recruited 301 subjects one at a time during the months of October and November 2012 by approaching passers-by outside of 2 private liquor stores in Victoria, British Columbia. Participants were presented with a bottle of their most frequently consumed beverage, beer, wine, or spirits, and asked 6 estimation questions. While answering these questions, participants had access to Canada's low-risk drinking guidelines, which outlined what a standard drink was for each beverage type. 3 of the questions provided the participant with a standard drink label, and 3 of the questions provided the participant with a percent alcohol by volume label. Here is an example of the high concentration questions which you would have been asked if you had been a participant in our study and were a wine drinker. Our results showed overall that standard drink labels produce far more accurate results than percent alcohol by volume labels. Furthermore, beer drinkers were found to be the most accurate, followed by wine drinkers and then spirit drinkers. This makes sense because as the concentration of the beverage increases, accuracy decreases. Here's a graph showing the results for the wine drinkers. The dependent variable was the absolute percent error scores. A value of 0 represents perfect accuracy, so as the dependent variable increases, accuracy decreases. As you can see, the standard drink label produced more accurate results across wine, spirit, and beer drinkers. Furthermore, 83% of participants supported the idea of standard drink labeling in Canada. So what does this all mean? Well, standard drink labels resulted in better accuracy among drinkers when they were estimating how many standard drinks they have consumed. Therefore, those drinkers who wish to monitor their drinking in order to stay within legal driving limits or to follow low-risk drinking guidelines will be better able to do so with standard drink labels instead of percent alcohol by volume labels. Thank you.